University, I got I my first job was with L&T Infotech,
Mm-hmm.
and at that time I worked for Motorola ODC, and I
Mm-hmm.
joined as a developer, and that was a campus placement.
Okay.
And since it was a service-based company, and I was too new into the IT world, and way back it was in 2006,
Mm-hmm.
so almost 20 years back, things were very different, and even social media was not up to that level, so we can know things. So I was not aware what is service based, what is product based. I was not aware of that. So I worked with L&T Infotech as a developer for Motorola devices for almost 2 years, and
Mm-hmm.
then I joined Samsung as a product base into mobile domain. And at the point of time, Samsung was just starting off. They were making the teams and everything. So I joined as a developer. So way back, you can say around 2011,
Mm-hmm.
my Indian MD, he requested me that it's a good option that you go into the TPM role. So I transitioned my role to TPM, though I really wanted to be technically very sound, because I used to be a good coder and I used to enjoy coding. And
Mm-hmm.
being a TPM with 6 to 7 years of experience, I even cracked the advanced coding exams, internal exam with Samsung.
Very
And
nice.
with my journey, as a coder, I worked on many modules like my files. So
Mm-hmm.
post that, in TPM, I was responsible basically for the end-to-end execution of the project, as we know all know. And
Mm-hmm.
since I had a good engineering background, so and at that time we used to really connect with the testing team as well. uh, Here as a TPM, I got more exposure to many teams, because way from planning and till delivery of the project in the market, until customers we get a final go green from the customer. So that
Mm-hmm.
was my role end to end. So this is how my journey with Samsung was. And with after during Samsung, you can say around 15 years of experience with Samsung, I realized that I need to go into a different domain, because I had good and so I started just to try that internally if I can get a different domain. But with Samsung it's not possible, because it was a completely mobile based work was there. Though I really learned great, I had great leaders, and the learnings, runtime learnings when you are growing, that is
Mm-hmm.
like next level. I got to know from Samsung. So, and when I thought of switching, by that time I was already PMP certified, I was PMI ACP certified, I was CSM certified, I had 3 international publications on my name, I was MTech with DTO. So that
Wow.
was my qualification, and of course, goes without saying, a very, very extensive experience with Samsung as a TPM. But, and I was confident, I'll get calls and, I'll appear for the interview. So, but when I started to apply, basis the free learnings on YouTube and everything. Around, I think I applied for 5 to 6 months. I didn't got even call. So I thought, I mean, this is something different. And what I thought of, I'll only target eyewear companies, because I was already with a good product-based company.
Correct. Yes.
So, I think it was extensive research. See, finally, I decided I cannot do of my own. I really need someone who can guide me. So I started my search, and
Mm-hmm.
finally in January I got to know about IK.
Mm-hmm.
And that IK is the one who is specifically offering a TPM course. See, I knew I'm good, but there
Mm-hmm.
was some gap that I knew. There's some gap that needs to be filled in, and I was looking for someone who is already working with the companies I dream of. So
Mm-hmm.
see, people who are sitting there at say that position where I am, planning to, they are the best people who can teach me what is the gap. First, I
Right.
need to know what is the gap, and
Right.
then how to fill in that gap. So
Right.
I talked to the IK support team. I had quite extensive talks. I talked for a few weeks to be thorough. I went through the curriculum. I went through the job descriptions of the companies I was, targeting for. So there was a
Mm-hmm.
little match I found, whatever company is asking and what curriculum IK is giving. So that's how
Okay.
I decided that, I'll just give her nothing wrong. See, I was anyhow at loss. I wasted 6 months of my own. So there was
Mm-hmm.
nothing more to lose other than, at least I thought, even if I don't get the offer, at least I learned something.
Mm-hmm.
At least I will be a better version of me myself. At least I'll get to know my feedback, which no one can tell me. In context to the preparing for the interviews for specific man companies. So I
Correct.
took this risk and I joined IK. And of course, without saying, my journey with IK went really well. I got a very one-on-one personalized teachings and mentorship from the mentors who are already sitting with these companies. And in fact, I still remember my first mentor for the HLD was already working with Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, this is my complete journey end to end. And after joining, it's not that everything was played. It wasn't played from IK, but we have to work hard at our end also. So
Mm-hmm.
I got feedback that I really need to work on my resume more. So I worked on more research publications. I did a cloud certification also. What stories to put in, what not, what type of uh, way you should present yourself. Interviews should not be interviews; they should be discussions. You should know what you're speaking. Your answer should be very, very well tailored to the
Mm-hmm.
ask which is being there. So there, if I talk about, there are n number of parameters that I got feedback on. I myself also got work at my end, and I worked on my resume, and I started getting calls post that.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
and getting calls and being interviewed, rejected, came back to IK mentors, got again interviewed, rejected. So this when finally got the offer letter. So this is my all in all journey, way from I started off and the way I have landed my dream offer. That's a very good question, Apu. I think this is a very, very similar type of common problem everyone faces. See, the obstacle which I thought first was, uh, my first company was service-based company, and people generally, come to me. Even my own real brother is working with a service-based company, so he's not confident that why can I join a product-based company? So first we should remove this obstacle that any person who is with service-based company cannot go into a product-based company. First of all, and when I was already working with a product-based company, I got very good mentorship from few of the mentors with IK. They told me that whichever level you are good, okay, but target something very very difficult than whichever level you are at. So when you will get rejected, you will get rejected from the level which is one even higher than the selection level of many of the companies. So one obstacle I faced, that can I mean, can I target for something very difficult? Why cannot I target a man company? Why not? So first of all, there are two fights whenever we are switching. First fight is getting a call from a good company, and you will get a call from a good company when you will have a good resume. And second fight is clearing the interview. These companies, they have their own standards, very difficult. I'll not say that they cannot be matched. You can easily match with their level, but you have to win these two fights to get an offer letter from your dream company. There should be someone who can help, who can first of all tell me what is the gap. Okay, who can tell me this gap? Who knows what these companies want? So what happened, I got mentors. They told me that, Ankita, this is good and this you need to improve on your resume. And one of the suggestion that I got from the mentors, that only give interviews for the companies that are difficult than your what you're doing right now, or which level company you are at. Because when you'll get rejected from that level, your next preparation level will be something exceptional, and with time you will become a different person altogether. First convince yourself why you want to go to Mac. Read about the company, read about their culture, read about the feedback from the employees. In general, there are many open platforms now. Okay, just see, what is your vision and what is company's vision. There should not be a rat race, I should go into man. Now, clearing the interview, who will tell you where you are good at, what you need to improve on? This you mentioned correct in the interview, this you mentioned wrong in the interview. Which type of job profile, like in TPM also there are multiple type of job openings. We cannot share all our work in one type of profile. Somewhere we have to show some type of work. So in some job descriptions or interview we have to convey our different type of work, and genuinely if we have done all. So this level of deep dive mentorship, uh, someone who is already sitting there can only tell. So I got these particular obstacle support from IK wherever I was lagging. Actually, that's the right word, I was lagging.
Mm.
So that level, that gap was filled by how I managed my mindset. Because when I decided to switch way back, I was very consistent that come by whatever I have to do it. Either decide or you don't do it, and we can only do it by consistency and hard work. So whenever I used to fail, I used to recall, because I really don't wanted to settle myself with something ordinary. I really wanted, see, had it been the case, man companies would have been easy. Everyone would have been there. So I was just thinking, why it's something like everyone cannot join that. If everyone cannot join that, I should be in those few percentage of people who should join it. Yes, failures are very important. I think your failures and your negative feedbacks, they are your best friends in your corporate world. Okay, learn from your failures, what is good, what is bad. See, very very minutely work on it, and wherever possible, senior, junior, peer, anywhere, please take a feedback. So I used to take that. So this how I took my failures. And had it been the case, I would not have faced such failures. I would not been here. Firstly, I'm working as a senior TPM with Microsoft now. It's been 1 year, and I am into, you can say, the firmware technology in AI cloud infrastructure. Take decision, be stick to it. Okay, and there's nothing wrong in taking a calculated risk. Till the time we will not take risk, will keep settling for something very ordinary. So take decision, work on it very seriously, and uh, in that path, in that journey where whichever your dream job is, whosoever is helping you genuinely, whosoever is making you skilled, okay, whichever way you are genuinely getting benefited, please hold that thing and work hard. So this is the key. And then, and trust me, it's not easy, but it's not impossible. It's just the matter we decide, and our decision makes our destiny.